I wrote about one of the first times people tried to mess with the Ron Paul movement. It was in Iowa, when there was a candidates forum being put on by the Iowa Christian Alliance and the Iowans for Tax Reform. They didn't want to let Ron Paul participate. They let Tommy Thompson participate. They invited, at the last minute, they invited Jim Gilmore, who is not Pink Floyd's guitarist, by the way. No one even knows who Jim Gilmore is.
Ron Paul's been long said to be the taxpayer's best friend. I don't think he's ever voted to increase taxes once, because he doesn't think there should be any, no income tax in particular.
You know, it would be like not inviting Batman to your convention against the Riddler. You know, how could you not invite Ron Paul to this?
When Ron Paul was excluded, we were like, well, what do we want to do? And we started talking, and we were like, well, let's hold a rally outside, and everybody was talking about just going up there and protesting.
So the Ron Paul people decided they were going to have their own event in the next room.
A lot of times campaigns are centered around the individual, and the individual starts it and rallies the troops. But the truth is, the people who are interested in sound government, limited government, the Constitution, are really the organizers.
That was one of the big first rallies with like 1,000 people.
They ended up getting twice as many people at their event, which was much more interesting. There was no propaganda in it. It was all real information.
We now live in an age, now for a good many years, way too many years, that the federal government owns all our income and we're permitted to keep a certain percentage. That is the terrible notion of the personal income tax, which we should get rid of.
And here's Ron Paul, by the way. You know, he wants to abolish the IRS and replace it with nothing. Well, yeah, I can understand why you wouldn't want to have him at your candidates forum.
The only way for this to work is grassroots support. It's spontaneous.
I've been involved in startups before. My background is starting a hospital software company, so you understand the power of organization. But what I hadn't really experienced in my life was the power of spontaneous order, where people see a shared vision. They come from all different political philosophies, all different life experiences, but there's a shared vision of what it means to be Americans and have a country that follows the rules. And things just started coming together.